Hey guys, this is the clearest way to understand the steps you take to apply for immigration to Canada as a PR, permanent resident. This is where it begins. You don't necessarily need an agent. This picture will give you an overview of all you need to do. The first thing you need is to gather your documents and send it for ECA, that is Educational Credential Assessment. These are the bodies that assess your certificates, your transcripts to equate them to what is obtainable in Canada. The popular ones are WES, ICAS, IQAS. Then, once you send it to them, they are going to tell you when to expect it. Usually, it takes about 4 weeks. If they are now holding your documents, it's time to prepare for an English test. The most popular one is the IELTS. So, here, you are expected to have a certain score, but the score you're expected to have is really minimum. Although the higher you get, the more points you get. Once you've received your results for ECA and IELTS, it is now time to create online profile for Express Entry pool. To create an Express Entry profile, you go to IRCC website and enter all your details. Work experience, remember the ECA that was evaluated, your language score, family ties. At this point, you're not submitting anything. It's just like a form. You fill it in and please double check, because any slight thing you could be ineligible, though there is not much implication. You are not going to be penalized. You can try as much as you can. When I did mine, I was ineligible for just one thing I did. I then applied again. It's not really a big deal, but it pays to be careful anyway. Meanwhile, before you go to the next step, I would encourage you to do this thing first. Go and check CRS calculator to estimate your score even before you enter the pool. If possible, even before you do your evaluation or you take the exam. It will give you an idea of what your score would be like. Then let's move forward. After you've expressed interest, you are now in the pool. You've created the online profile. You wait for the entry draw. This is the place a lot of people get stuck, but I'm not going to say it in this video. Just know that there are lots of things you can do to increase your chances of being selected. Once you are being selected, that's you've received your invitation to apply, my dear, just go and pack your bag. It's already a done deal. For most people, at this point, there is no turning back. There is, except your village people follow you. So normally, the next step should have been to get the medical done. But there is a change. They kind of put this stage behind. Anyway, nothing spoiled. Let's continue. You then get your police certificates. This is where you have to go and meet Nigerian police or any country you've lived for up to 6 months. For many of us that never left Nigeria, it was just Nigeria police certificate that we got. It was done for 30,000 naira. If you don't know, they will tell you to go to Lagos and do it. But because me, as sharp babe where I be, I was asking around and looking for way. Eventually, I did mine in Umuahia because I stayed in Aba. I didn't have to go to Lagos. So I think almost every state, or at least every geopolitical zone, has a place that they do it. If you're in the east, you don't need to travel that far to do yours. You are also expected to get your proof of fund. Some will tell you you need, I think, 3 months statement of account. But if you don't have this, there's another way to do it. That's why I told you each of these steps is detailed. I can't say everything in this video. I just want to give you an overview so you understand. This proof of funds now, if you're lucky and you get a job, you don't need it. But most of us, we don't get any job from our home country. We are just trying to get out. The next stage is complete online application. This is where you need to be very careful. Like I said in a live video, be thorough. If possible, give your application to someone else to go through it. If you know you have a friend or someone who is more meticulous than you are, it doesn't hurt for you to tell them to go through your application. Wake up in the middle of the night or after you've rested. Go through your application all over again. It is better you submit a clear and correct information than you'll be going back and forth. That time you think you're wasting, it will keep delaying you. So please be very thorough. If you are done uploading all your documents, you wait. Within a month or two, you will be told to go and do your medicals and your biometrics. These are the two things you have to do either in Lagos or Abuja, but nothing spoil. After your biometrics and your medicals, if you don't give IRCC any reason to hold you, if you guys are not going back and forth, maybe they are requesting additional documents from you, they are going to send your visa ASAP. Mine came out in 1 day, but for some, it can take anything from 1 month. I've seen someone's own that took up to 9 months. I think the onus is on you and also your visa officer. Some people at this point, they must have been praying for a visa officer. I heard that if your visa officer, for instance, is on a maternity leave, I don't know how true this is, that your visa application will wait until she comes back. Like I said, it's not a verified information. Whatever happens, all you know is that eventually they must send you ready for visa. Once they send you ready for visa, they are telling you to submit your passport for stamping. My dear, go and book your tickets. You're already on your way to Canada. Your visa stamping doesn't take long. Depending on the country, Kenya is very fast. Ghana delays a lot. I think part of the reason is because it goes from Lagos to Ghana. Anyway, let me not bug you with that information. It's what will come up later. At this point, you don't have any other thing that is delaying you. You will receive your passport stamps and they will give you 1 year to report to Canada. Just like that, you're done. Congratulations.